welcome to Truth Be Told About Going Wild. I'm your host, Robert Hensley, and this is the podcast inspired by the principles of personal rewilding. So earlier this week, I found a quote which I had posted to my Instagram page. And the quote is this: "The water in your body is just visiting. It was a thunderstorm a week ago. It will be an ocean soon enough. Most of your cells come and go like the morning dew. We are more weather pattern than stone monument." And this quote is attributed to Jared K. Anderson. So the thing for me, really, is that it's a great reminder of when we're talking about elemental meditation, or we're working in a rewilding class, or one-on-one coaching. When people kind of give you that slack-eyed, slack-jawed stare when you start talking about the connection to, or our connection to, the natural world, specifically the elements. And I think that it's important to remind ourselves that we do connect with the cardinal elements: earth, air, fire, water. We see that again with water, right? Our bodies are 98% water. We're replenishing and flushing water constantly. It's makes up who we are, really, as a being. And then, of course, we think about air. We connect with air because of the air in our lungs, because of the breath that we take, the wind that we might feel against our skin. Um, for earth, of course, we're constantly standing on a foundation made of earth. It is the thing that literally grounds us. And more microscopically, we think about the minerals that we ingest. We have earth in our bodies as well. Um, and then when we think about fire, fire is a little harder, I think, for people to understand or to contemplate. Um, but when we feel the warmth of the sun on our skin, when we know that the development of certain vitamins and the yes, that is a connection. But there's also the fact that we, as solar powered vehicles, if you will, we create heat as well. Like, the metabolic process creates heat. Our body generates its own warmth in order to keep things flowing and moving and at a particular viscosity. So, yes, we are literally at one with the elements. Um, and it's not just us, right? The trees, the other plants, the other animals are all the same, right? We're all connected to those elements. We're all created of the same stuff. So when people start talking about our connection to, or the interconnectedness of the natural world, and how, um, you know, plants and animals are our kin, um, that relationship is very real on a very microscopic level. We all have kind of the same stuff in our cells. It's what we're created of, stardust, basically. So, with that in mind, as you enter into elemental meditation, or if you are starting a rewilding practice, or even if you've been practicing a rewilding method and you just kind of felt like you've disconnected again, and that's easy. It's so easy to feel disconnected because it's the conditioning that we have, right? But if we can just remind ourselves, again, through elemental meditation, or you know and people think that meditation has to be this big formal process, and it doesn't really. I mean, if you just take a few minutes to take a deep breath and think about your connection to the elements, just work down the list. Like, remember the earth, remember fire, remember water, remember air. How does your body connect to those things? How do they become the being that is you? It's really, really hard after thinking about that to feel disconnected. So that's what I'm offering you today. Thank you so much for listening. Remember, if you have any questions or comments about elemental meditation, or starting a rewilding practice, or you need a little help kicking it off, please feel free to reach out to me via the website. You can learn more about what I do at rhnaturereconnect.com. Again, that's rhnaturereconnect altogether.com. And remember also that there are 3 opportunities each week for new content from the Truth Be Told family of podcasts on the Club Paranormal channel on YouTube. That's Tony Sweet on Fridays with the original Truth Be Told at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. Bonnie Burkert on Wednesdays with Truth Be Told Transformation, the more kind of metaphysical side of things at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And of course, me on Mondays with Truth Be Told about Going Wild. Same time, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 Eastern. And until next time.